Let me get this in here. YouTube's giving me trouble again today. Welcome. Hello, Craftin' buddies. It's Lori. Late Night Lori from Lori's Little Bit of Craftin'. I think we're okay, but I got something in the way. There. I think that's better. We're going to pretend it's Friday, December 12th at like 11:59 p.m. And let me get my devices up here. I'm going to blame Juju for me being late because I was watching her. And then I tried to place an order to get the last of the free shipping, and it put shipping on. So I don't know what's going on with that either. So let me just get my other device up and we will get to business. All right, couple of quick announcements and we will start cutting and gluing and whatever. I'm gonna take off my little flannel jacket here because I'm warmer now. We are gonna have like single-digit weather here. It's gonna be super cold over the weekend. First things first, I have a new storefront name. So instead of LoriMcCarr.stampinup.net, it is now, I think I just turned that the wrong way, LateNightLori.stampinup.net. Let me see if I can zoom in so you can see that better. Take a screenshot if you want. LateNightLori.stampinup.net. It makes it a little bit easier to spell, I think. Macari is hard. I always tease my husband that I can't spell his last name. Here's our brand new mini catalog that starts January 6th. I can only show you the cover. I cannot show you the inside of the catalog because Stampin' Up! Has rules about that. But I can show you products that I've received and I can show you samples using those products. So that's what we're going to play with tonight again. And I should probably keep that handy because I'm actually going to case a card out of the catalog. If you've got the catalog, so if you're a demonstrator, you would have the catalog. I'm going to be on page 17 of that new mini catalog. Next announcement, this virtual card retreat. I should have mine on Monday. I will show you all of the goodies that's in it so you can decide if you want to get it. This is going to be 2 days of crafting with classes led by Stampin' Up! Folks. We will learn techniques and they'll have some tips and tricks, and it'll be 15 cards that are avid or advanced. It's not going to be plain and simple cards. So you can decide whether you want to try to cut things ahead of time and craft with, or if you just want to watch and craft at your own speed later. You can get this virtual card making retreat kit from me in my online store. The item number is 170023. And we've got some little samples down here. They've actually shown us what the cards are going to look like. And we've got an additional supplies list. So we'll need like baker's twine and adhesive and our heat tool, which means we're going to do some embossing. So that'll be fun. And if you want to be part of the Cool Club, the product of the month started this month. And as of a couple of days ago, over 10,000 people had ordered this designer series paper. So how it works is, make sure that you've got a Stampin' Up! Account. You don't want to check out as a guest because it doesn't recognize that. And make sure that you're opted in for Stampin' Rewards because you want to get money back every time you order, right? Hi, Yuda. So if you place a qualifying order, which is in the United States $75, you will have the option of adding this item. It's 12 12 by 12 designer series paper. There will be 12 sheets, two-sided. I had to kind of think there for a second. There was a lot of 12s there going through my head for a minute. But if you get that qualifying order, and that's before tax or shipping, then you'll have the option of adding this designer series paper for only $5. You don't have to take it, but you can if you want. You are limited to one. If you decide you didn't want the December one, and in January, like, oh, I wish I would have gotten that, if they still have any left over, you can order it. If you also like the January item, you have to place a separate qualifying order. So you can only have one product of the month per order, and you are limited to one product. And I did try to see if I could do separate orders, and it didn't work. I knew it wasn't supposed to, but I wanted to check. We had a couple of new kits this month. Free shipping is supposed to be going on until midnight Utah time. So I thought we had about 50 minutes, but for some reason my computer was going crazy. But I also have a thumb drive. There might be something going on with my computer. So I'm going to pull out the card we did yesterday. And hello, Nicole. Welcome. And I used this new designer series paper. And this is called Love Notes. This is a 6x6. So we've got these little like note card almost pieces. On the front there's sentiments. Hello, Vicky. How are you? How's the family? And on the back side there's the images with no words. So you get, I think, like 8 of those because there's 48 sheets in this. Here's another set that has little notes on it basically. And again, one side you've got the sentiments, the other side not so much. There are a couple of tags on there, so that's pretty. This is a nice little layer for the front of your card, or you could even put that maybe on the front of an envelope. So your app wouldn't open phone or tablet. Maybe it's YouTube or something. I don't know. I tried to restart my computer earlier because it seemed like it was bogging down, so I'll have to probably try to do it again. So anyway, there's a layer here, and then we've got these little tags, Happy Heart Day, and this has like a nice little floral bouquet on there, or a spray maybe, and those tags, so that'll be fun. This is a sheet that we cut up for last night's card, so you can see I'm going to actually keep this. I'm good, Robert. How are you? Hello, Susan. So I'm going to keep this. That was one that we used to make that arch. And I'll show you in a second what I did with that too. I'm just going to leave that out right now. And then we used this love and we tore the edges to make that sentiment. And the back side is these cute little florals with garden green and either real red or cherry cobbler, because both of those colors are in this. So we're actually going to use one of these sheets tonight. And we used some of the stripey yesterday. And the back side is a cute little like plaid, I guess. That's kind of a plaid. And then we've got these gorgeous grape, and then there's some little pink polka dots in there. And the back is all hearts. So that is that for right now. Now I made a mess here. I like to try to keep these sorted because when I want a certain piece, I want that piece, you know. All right, we'll get this stuff put back away. Yeah, the pink stripe is really fun, isn't it? So I was a few minutes late, but I was watching, listening to Juju, Craftin on the VAC 40. So she was still going to town. So anyway, here is the card from yesterday. Now you can see where this cherry cobbler kind of takes up some of that space, but there's some missing here from this arch that we did. And what I ended up doing is I cut this focal piece first with the bigger arch. And I thought, oh, that's too big, because I didn't want to cover all that stripiness going on. So I cut it with a smaller arch, but I kept that arch frame and I decided to put it on the inside because we decided to use this designer series paper and then you can see the whole back side. So, you know, why not share all of the prettiness of the papers, right? But it just looked kind of plain to me. So I wanted that arch in there. And I think what I might do here is put this in here and then just do some ink blending with that Flirty Flamingo. I'll do that another time. I didn't get to that, but I did add these pieces in here. She is funny, isn't she? I get a kick out of her. All right. So, and then if you want to see a train wreck, watch a couple of nights ago. This one, it was a struggle, but I like how it turned out. I think Yuta struggled through that one with me. I think she hung in there for the long haul. So for tonight, I showed you we're going to use this 6x6 piece of designer series paper, and I already cut it down a little bit just because I was eyeballing my stuff. And we're going to use Flirty Flamingo, and this is 8.5 by 5.5. I take a whole sheet, I scored it 4 1/4, then I cut once. So I score once, cut once, and then I've got my 2 card bases. And then I've got the other one here in case I mess something up or in case we do a different card. But we're going to burnish that end so it hopefully kind of behaves. Now, what I did here was I cut this down. So I cut this to 4 1/4 by 5.5 because I'm going to have it fill up that whole page. Okay. Usually I leave a little bit of a frame just because I think it looks better, but I'm going to follow the sample in the catalog. All right. So I'm going to find some baker's twine. I don't remember. All right, I didn't order the baker's twine. It's red and white striped, but I didn't order it. I didn't order the whole suite. I just ordered something. So let me find some white baker's twine because I know I own some. I know I do. It's here somewhere. Oh, I got lots of, oh, here we go. Since I've got lots of beige, but I've got to have some white too. So we're just going to use white instead. And it does show a bow on there, so I'm just going to cut this kind of generously. It's almost at the end of the spool, so we'll just go like that. There's not a whole lot left on this one. And we're going to go ahead and wrap that right around here now. Maybe. Oh, and maybe I didn't cut it generously enough to wrap it a couple times. Well, that's all right. The sample only shows it wrapped once. So I guess we'll wrap it once. And in fact, I think I'm going to, let's see how they did this. We'll tie this bow nearer the bottom. Yeah, Juju was so excited. So I'm gonna, did you know that if you wrap that string around there twice, it doesn't unroll as easily? It stays tighter for you. Do you know what I mean? Like when you're doing your first kind of loop, like you're tying your shoes, if you just wind that around one more time, it doesn't slide around as much. It doesn't loosen. It makes it easier to tie your bow. And a lot of times I forget about that. But it is helpful when you don't have somebody to come give you a little pressure with an extra hand, you know? So I'm just going to kind of leave that there for now. And we're going to go ahead and glue this on. Hello, Bonnie. Welcome. Were you over by Juju too? I don't remember if I saw your name. I thought I did. I was a couple minutes late because I was listening to her. Lost track of time. That ought to be good. And I'm purposefully not putting glue right where that twine's going through there, just in case I want to shift it around. And I just tied up my twine in there. Yeah, I thought I saw your name. All right, so this is going to go all the way edge to edge. So when I set that on there, I'm just going to put my card down because that glue is going to give me, hello, Nicole. I don't know if I said hello to you before. If I did, you get another one. The liquid glue gives us a little bit of wiggle room. And I accidentally untied part of my bow. But this card is going to be so super easy just because this designer series paper is so cute. Now I'm going to hang on to this, and I see a little bit of my edge hanging out here, so I'm going to go ahead and just trim that off. So I'm trying to see your, let's put that down. So you can see me Monday through Thursday. You've got to work in the morning, so you can't hang when you're up too late. I get it. I get it. Well, I'm glad for anybody who's glad that it's Friday. It's like every day is a weekend for me, pretty much. Oh, one of the benefits of being retired. I love it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and trim those edges off because we don't need this to be this long anymore. And we might leave that big, we might leave that little bit. I can make those just a little bit shorter, okay? And then to copy kind of what's in the catalog, that piece of designer series paper that had these squares on it. Now, where did I put my paper? Here we go. So that's just one of these squares here that I cut off. We'll have to decide if we want to cut that a little bit smaller. And this piece, I don't think we'll use. I think that just kind of fell out with some things I was cutting. I don't remember. That was so long ago, like half an hour ago. Juju! All right, so in the catalog, it looks like this piece is cut a little bit smaller, larger or smaller. It's backed by a piece of white. But what I did to change it up a little bit is there is this new embossing folder, the Hearts of Love. It's a 3D embossing folder. So I just embossed that backing piece so that we can see just a few hearts. We're not going to see a lot of it, but that's all right. And then they just had it canted like this, and that's the card. How simple was that? What did it take me, like maybe 5 minutes? You don't, you don't like to get out of bed in the morning because the floors are cold, I'm guessing. Oh, Bonnie, what embossing folder did you get? So should we cut this square a little bit smaller so that more of the hearts show? And they just had it kind of like so. I think this piece is mostly straight and then the white piece is kind of canted. Oh, you don't know where this stuff is? Okay, did somebody like break into your box for you and take all your things? So if it shipped to you and it was empty, did somebody open it and so you got the box, but there was nothing in it? When you opened it, there was nothing in it? Okay, so you got everything, you took it out of the box, and now you don't know where you put all your things. Okay, whew, that's kind of a relief. So Nicole, try to keep cool. Send some of that heat our way. We could send you some snow if we could. It'll be water by the time it gets there. All right, well, I'm glad you got it, Bonnie. I was a little worried there. I'd never heard of that dilemma before. So, should we make this square a little bit smaller or leave it like it is? Because the sooner I get this one buttoned up, I have one more that we're going to play with. I'm thinking maybe a little smaller. I know the comments are a little delayed. All in a row. This one? I know it's not called all in a row, but these are rows. Lovely stripes. I guess that wasn't very much in focus. Okay, so it's not that one. Is it called all in a row? There's so much new stuff I couldn't order it all. I couldn't order all of the things that I wanted. I don't see it called all in a row. It's got squares, lines, flowers, and then going down it's squares. All right, was it a pre-order or was it, oh, it was called all in a row. Okay. Let me look it up because I'm curious now. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did not get that one yet. Yeah, patchwork, now that you say it. Yeah, there were so many things. I just couldn't order it. I couldn't order everything that I wanted. Yeah, Nicole, thank you. I just looked it up online. I usually have my Stampin' Up! Page open. I'm going to trim this down just a little bit. I'm going to take maybe just an 1/8 inch off each side to start with. We'll see how that looks. It looks really cute. There's so much stuff. I just couldn't order everything I wanted all at once. I think that's a little better. It frames it out a little bit better. Yeah, that Easter stuff was really cute. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to glue this onto the white and then I'm going to put the white up on dimensionals. Unless somebody wants to object before I stick it down. Last chance. If we go like that. Put this kind of straight-ish. Oh, so you made stamps with the embossing folders and craft foam. You know, I hadn't thought about that for a while, but I have heard of people doing that. You thought you ordered the Easter paper, but you got the beach paper. Yeah, well, if you can get your thing to go, free shipping should still be going on for another half an hour. My computer was spazzing out, so I was trying to order just another stamp set and some paper pumpkin add-on dies that are new. Let me just have to close out the site and try over, because the mistake I did, I think I confused it because I applied Stampin' Rewards and then I decided I didn't want to do the Stampin' Rewards because the total just didn't come down far enough for my liking. You know, because then you get our discount is different than that. So we're gonna go ahead and put this probably right about like so. I think I need to do this so that sentiment looks a little bit straighter. Does that look straight now? So we're at 7/8-ish. Yep, that looks good. Yeah, my husband's daughter is getting some pretty nice tips when she goes out too. She doesn't have set clients though. She works for a company and they send her to wherever they want her. So she doesn't have set ones. It might be different every week. All right, so the other thing then is, let's use a few of these loose Valentine's assortments. I think I'm just going to use white ones. And it worked. Oh, that was something else I should have said. Thank you, Yuta. It's Stampin' Up's design. I just put it on paper instead of just a picture. Remember last time I put some just dots of glue on there and let them settle a little bit, and then I put these on. It works really good. Yeah, the problem is she'd have to get, and that would be good, but I think she needs a structure of having somebody do all of the logistics for her. She's only been working with them for maybe about a month, but I think that's probably in the back of her head. But then she also has to worry about getting like liability insurance and everything. So anyway, putting the glue on there and then letting it sit almost till it's translucent and then pushing these down works really good. There was no mess at all. All right. So I'm just going to put a few. Should we use white ones or should we use the pink ones? Those light pink ones are kind of nice. I'm not going to put any lips on this one. So there's a white, there's a pink. I'm thinking the light pink ones might look nicer. Just a little softer look. What do you think? White or pink? Oh, that's how I see. I've never done the diamond art. That's what you're talking about, right? The diamond art. You didn't say your hays, Juju? You got your little hey, hey, chickadees. I love that. Pink and white where there are two. Pink and white where there are two. So mix them. Two up and two down. Oh, but Bonnie, that's an even number. I have to have an odd number. I have to have 3 or 5. Oh, you just buy the diamond dots for your crafts. Okay, I get it. So pink and white where there are two. So I'm going to go ahead and put 2 dots here. Another dot there. And then you're saying where the white one is, 2 up. All right, so I'm just going to put a glue dot, a little dollop of glue there. We can revisit that in a couple of minutes. All right, so put that back there. And I'm going to cover this up because if I bump it, they're going to be everywhere. And I don't even know how many are in here. I don't know if it tells us. I'm guessing there's got to be like 1,000. There's got to be hundreds in here. I wonder if it says. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm just looking it up to see if it tells us how many loose dots there are. Oh, they did it by weight. So it's approximately 28 grams. Fifi's here. Welcome. So 28 grams, however many is in 28 grams. Because they didn't want to count them. They just measured them. They just weighed them. All right, so we'll set that aside. So 1 card, done. All right, then let's pull in some gorgeous grape. And I don't know if we'll use those anymore. So I did gorgeous grape, and again, this is just our standard card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I know nobody counts that stuff. Well, but see, when you have like, you know, these embellishments, they know how many goes on a thing, but for these, yeah. I think when they've done like the metal ones, like the leaves or the dragonflies or the bumblebees, I think they count those. So I thought we would just do another simple card with this, or it says be mine. Should we do it a plain heart and put a sentiment on there, or use the be mine? And I'm going to cut this down so I've got a straight edge because I used this for the envelope for this one because we use that side of the paper in there. So I thought it'll coordinate. So we're going to do 3 3/4 because that takes just that edge off. And then I'm going to leave this at 5.5 for right now. I think I want it to go the whole length of the page. And we could actually, yeah, Juju, you only have a few more days. The 18th he comes, the 18th. I think you told me because I was thinking it was the 19th. All right, I'm going to go ahead. Now the other thing is, what if we embossed this with the hearts? He's been at basic training, right? We're going to do these. I think that'll give it a little bit more dimension. All right, let me get Big Bessie out here. Now this is a 3D embossing folder, so we do not need the shim. We just need the base plate, which is 1, and we just need the top plate number 4. And when you've got the right sandwich, it is super smooth. Fort Leonard Wood. That's right, because Fifi's military too, right? All right, so you can't see a whole lot from where you are, I'm sure, but it looks pretty cool, raised up. I don't know if that shows or not. Let me, I don't know if you can see the dimension on there. Yeah, you can see it now that I refocused it, I think. I think that's pretty cool. Oh, then it decided it didn't want to stay focused. I have to stand on my tippy toes to see that. All right. Oh, that's close, Fifi. Yes, that is the new Hearts folder. It's Hearts of Love, 3D embossing folder. If you want to add it to your list, it's 167071. Or just start typing Hearts of Love, and it'll come up. This side's cute too, but I wanted to go with the purple for a change. I need everything I buy. And MacMan does not complain. I did not get the whole suite, Fifi, but I got a number of the elements, obviously. I wasn't sure that I would use everything, but then when I see some of the samples, I'm thinking, why didn't I get it? I know, right? So, should we make this smaller and put a gorgeous grape frame behind it, or just leave it up here as in the white? Yeah, I think why I didn't order the suite is because I was ordering so many other things. It's like at some point I have to cut myself off. I should look it up and see. What was the suite called? Do you remember? Because it's not coming up under hearts. Oh, I suppose I could, oh, love notes. That's it. I do kind of like the sentiments in that on there. I might just have to order this. And then there was twine too, that red and white twine I didn't get. Let's see if my cart will go through with the free shipping. Yes, so there was something messed up with my computer that it didn't want to. Oh, Made with Love? or love notes. Let me back up here. Because one of them was the scrapbooking. Yeah, it's the same stamp set that I had on here, so. All right, let's finalize my cart here so that I don't lose the free shipping, right? Nobody wants to lose free shipping. So, what are we thinking here? You'd maybe make a frame and make the white kind of smaller. Okay. Oh, thanks for all the hearts, everybody. I love that. Let me go get another piece of gorgeous grape. Or do we want it to be flirty flamingo to go with that heart to break that up? Gorgeous grape or flirty flamingo? And actually, maybe we want cherry cobbler. Free shipping. I know, 15 minutes. That's why I'm trying to get it in here. My computer was giving me fits, Fifi, because I tried to put in my Stampin' Rewards during the process, and then I backed up. Oh, you got the Bears bundle. There were so many cute things. So many. All right, let me go get a piece of gorgeous grape. Okay, free shipping. Woohoo! All right, so let's make this a little bit smaller. Hello, Tanya. I keep forgetting who's been in already. I'm going to do an 1/8 inch off of each side to begin with because I want to keep it centered. I knew this paper was cute, but when I pulled it out and I made this, I mean, when we did this card yesterday, I thought that is just so stinking cute. Oops. And then this, I put my other card on top of it, so I got a couple little glue boogers there. So let's put these on there. You can see how they got, the glue is translucent there. I'm gonna put a white one up here. What the heck? There we go. See how easy that was when you let the glue set just a little bit? Nice touch, right? Which one, Fifi? This one? Yeah, this was a layout that I saw, and this the background piece with the hearts wasn't supposed to be on there. The sketch actually showed those as open, where these were just like slats across there. But we decided to put the whole piece of DSP behind there because it just didn't make a whole lot of sense. And this way it's sturdier too. So we did this one yesterday. And then we did this one tonight, and now we're finishing this one. How far did I get? Did I do all 4? All right. I only craft Valentine's Day with your Doodlebug collections. Yeah, I don't usually craft much for Valentine's Day either, but I have a lot of people that I love. So 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. So we can just make this 3 by 3. And see how that looks. And see, my favorite season is fall. And I don't know if we want that frame quite that big or if we want to make it a little bit smaller. But that frame kind of goes in line with this. And I think that one we could keep straight. Now, what I could also do is a little ink blending on the edges around here. What do you think? I do like pieces like that framed. So I have my gorgeous grape. So let's try a little blending here. Yeah, and the only reason why I like the fall, I love the cool, crisp fall air. I love the colors, but I don't like that winter comes after it. But then my next favorite season would be summer because I like it warm. I just want kind of a light edging on here. Just barely noticeable. But that should make those center flowers just kind of highlighted. Yep. Wedding themes, just to say I love you or I care, balloons. Well, and one of the sentiments too, I don't remember what set I had out. It's a new one. I just had it out. And it said, like, I like you very much or something. So it doesn't have to be, you know, as strong as love if, you know, if that's not the sentiment people are thinking of. Let's see how that looks on here. It just kind of softens up that white a little bit. Can you tell a difference? I think you can through the camera. And I think that just makes those come out just a little bit more. I think that was a good choice. So let's go ahead and cover up the ink. And we'll do some glue here. And my stomach's going to start growling any second, I can tell. There we go. Yeah, Bonnie, thanks for rubbing in that winter's coming. We are going to be super cold here starting tomorrow for a few days, and I am not a fan of the cold weather. I'll be staying inside if I can. I'm supposed to have a class here on Sunday, and I'm not sure if the gals that are scheduled to come will want to go out in the cold, so we may have to reschedule. I won't have to go anywhere, so it won't matter to me, but I do feel bad. One of the gals has trouble with, you know, her hips and her knees, and she has to use a cane. So when it's so cold, she's just uncomfortable, and I feel bad for her. Oh, Fifi, you've had some flooding there, huh? I hadn't heard about that. Yeah, we've had, you know, this year the weather has been really crazy, and I have read a number of articles on weather manipulation, and you have to kind of wonder if all of this is naturally occurring weather or not. I wonder. You might not, but I wonder. See, the thing is, Fifi, I don't watch TV per se. All right, so I think this one needs some hearts also. I wish these little loose things had some flowers in here too. But I think this one kind of calls for the white ones. What do you think? We've got the darker red, the cherry cobbler. The deeper red in here are lips, so I don't want to do that necessarily. So we've got the darker red that would match that, or the white. The white's not going to show up a whole lot on the camera. Oh yeah, it cycles around, Bonnie, doesn't it? It does, I know. Somebody I know said something about, well, I want to go to Alaska before all the glaciers are gone. Okay, well, I'm not sure that the glaciers will be gone in my lifetime, but it does cycle around. So what do we think? The pink? Somebody's saying, Fifi, you said the pink is pretty. Just like it's, Bonnie, it's kind of like fashion, right? I'm seeing things now that we wore in the 70s. We could also You don't like the white, Bonnie? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying, no, I want white? No white. So does that mean pink? Nicole, yes, some of them are pretty bad. Although I did kind of like my bell-bottom pants. My hip hugger bell-bottom pants. See, Fifi, you had bell-bottoms too, right? I had this pair of paisley corduroy royal blue color. They were either blue or purplish hip huggers, and I wore those until they just couldn't be worn anymore. My grandmother from California used to come visit us every other year. She would stay for a month. She'd save up her money for 2 years, and then she would come visit, and she bought them for me. So they were really special to me. So you can just imagine corduroy, whoosh, 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 paisley, purple. They were probably purple or blue. I might have had two pair. Maybe I had one purple and one blue. You never liked, oh, you liked mom jeans? See, I can't wear the high-waisted jeans. Even now when I buy high-waisted things, and those of you who are nurses, there is such a thing, if you've never heard of it, look it up, vasal nerve compression or vasal nerve inflammation, and it causes a whole bunch of things. And I only have those sensations when I wear high-waisted things where it cuts into my midsection. It's weird. Oh, that's funny. You still have your 70s and 80s clothes, Susan? That's amazing. That is amazing. Do you really, Marty? And I didn't see you come on. Hello, Marty. Welcome. I haven't heard of anybody else who has that. And my electrophysiologist is just like, yeah, it's very rare. And I'm thinking, just because it's rare doesn't mean I don't suffer from it. So anyway, so what are we thinking? Both? Just pink? Just white? We kind of got off topic a little bit. See, I have sentimental clothes boxes for my children. Like the most beautiful dress my daughter wore when she was an infant was her 3-month dress. It was purple. Can you tell I like purple? It had ruffles all over it. She had a different dress for church every week for a year. She was the first girl. She was my first child. But for both my husband and our families, she was the first girl for the grandchildren. So, yeah, she had a different dress every week for a year that she wore to church. Yeah, those do look good. The white kind of gets lost on that background. So let's put a few little dots again. Just our glue. We'll let that set a little bit. And then for the inside, I'm not going to do the inside because I don't want to mess up my glue, of course. You liked them where I had them before? Well, I don't know where I had them before. So that's where they're going because I just put the glue on. I thought that's where I had them, but maybe not. I have this white layer. I know it's so sad, Bonnie, that people don't try to look, their Sunday best doesn't really exist anymore. Yeah, pretty much. Sunday, you wore your Sunday best. I mean, unless it was like a youth night and we were doing activities, we wore casual stuff on youth night. But Sundays, we wore nice clothes. We looked nice. And extra special nice, like for Easter and Christmas, of course. But Sunday evening service, because we used to have a Sunday morning, Sunday evening, Wednesday night. We had the women's double trio we practiced on Thursday. Those were more casual. But Sunday morning was you dressed up. If you want the white ones to stand out, go around the sides with a pink marker. Yeah, I could probably do that. We could try that and just see what it looks like. Let me go get that. I'll get the Flirty Flamingo and see how that looks. This might not be dark enough. I wanted to start lighter because, whoops, I made a mess of that. This might be a struggle for me. But that is a good idea. Who came out with that? Nicole, thank you. That's a good idea. Because these are like foamy, so the ink color should set pretty well. I just kind of made a mess of this one, but... And you could actually make the white hearts any color you wanted them to be. That would be cuter if I hadn't messed it up. Yeah, and see, I'm not an opera fan. My son actually plays, he doesn't have a steady contract, but he plays with the Lyric Opera House in Chicago. He plays French horn. And his wife plays violin. And I think she has a steady contract there, but he plays for Peoria and some of those places. And you're right, people just don't dress up for some of those things anymore. And sometimes I don't mind because I can't wear high heel shoes anymore. Because I broke a toe almost 14 years ago. But I broke my big toe and it went perpendicular to the floor and it had a spiral fracture. So it was like twisted in. It took a long, long time for that to heal. So I cannot wear high heel shoes anymore because that toe doesn't function how it should. So anyway, this is going to go on the inside, and I'm just going to kind of hold this open here for a second. So this will go here. I put a little texture there, and then I have, what did I do with it? I had a little white piece, the white piece that I cut out from there. I wonder if I used it for something else, or if I put it back. Here it is. I put it with my scraps. Yeah, that was not fun. And then, so that was on my right foot. So my big toe had that spiral fracture. My little toe was going sideways. I got the little toe in place. I thought I could levitate some stairs, apparently. There were 2 steps that I knew was there, but I walked out the door and just walked as if there were no steps. It was not fun. So I was non-weight bearing for about 3 months, and then when I could finally put some weight on it, I had to wear a boot, and it's just never been the same. It doesn't bend. So outlining those hearts or doing them in any color of your choice will work. That one I'm not gonna keep. I suppose I could have colored it all the way, but I thought I would just do the heart frame because we've got this embossed there, and then I could write just a little note in there or find a cute little sentiment. So this will go on the inside. So I'm gonna just let that set. I'm gonna let those glue blobs get a little translucent, and then I will add these things into the card, and I will put these hearts on there, and I will show you those next time. And that's all I have. I only have those 2 cards ready for tonight. And I think tomorrow we might do something with this little piece. Oh, I think we'll do something with this little piece. We'll make a card out of this tomorrow or next time, later today. All right. So I hope everybody enjoyed free shipping. I hope everybody is enjoying the pre-order. There's still time to pre-order. If you're a demonstrator, if you've joined, and if you haven't and you want to take advantage of some of these early access to the goodies, let me know and I can get you all the information you need. I'm just reading a couple of these comments. Yes, Fifi, it was nice to see you here again. Good to see you too, Bonnie. Thank you for the hearts, everybody. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe. One of the folks that Juju knows is shooting. She's only less than 20 away. I think she was like 16 away from her 1,000 followers, which is a milestone in YouTube world. And I'm further away than that, but I'm getting there. I need little over 160 more followers. So share my videos, like my videos, comment, share copy some of the projects that we work on. And then when I post this on my Facebook page, you can head over there too and add pictures of ones that you make. And I just love that we can all get together and share and kind of be our peeps together, right? The Craftin peeps. So Juju, we will talk to you, I'm sure, before you go get your son, but countdown to Sunday, Sonday. Oh, Bonnie, that's great. You've got 1104. That's I didn't even look at the numbers for you. Nice. Yes, Juju, I can only imagine how happy you'll be when you see them. 6 months is a long time when they've been with you all of the time. So Juju's only got until the 18th. So just a few more days. All right, let's just spread these out here. I will get another envelope prepped for this one. You got 200 and something the 2 years you haven't done videos. People go and watch the replays though, so that's nice. And then this is the one from the last video. Oh, happy birthday to your son, Susan. I always thought I was born on Friday the 13th too, until I was an adult. I think I was just in about, I might have been late high school, but I think I was an adult. And I was working at Kmart, for those of you who remember Kmart. And I was in the camera department, and they had gotten some new camera, and you could go back and find all of the calendars for all of the years. So you could, date stamp different things, I guess. I don't know why they had that feature on a camera, but anyway, I went back to the year I was born, and all those years I thought I was born on Friday the 13th. I was actually born on a Thursday in the afternoon. So I'm not sure where the confusion came in that I was born on Friday. But Friday the 13th is not so bad. And mine was not in December, so. Blue light specials at Kmart. I used to run those. Nice. Nice we love our kids, don't we? That's great. I don't see my son very often. He's busy. He lives down in Chicago. See my daughter regularly, but not super often, but usually about once a month. Yeah, Kmart hasn't been gone real long, but I'm not really surprised they closed. Um, when they started kind of merging with the Sears thing, and oh yeah, Sears, you just mentioned that. Oh, they still have Kmart in Australia, huh? Yeah, but we used to have Kresge, and then we had Jupiter. Those were all part of Kmart. Oh, Susan, how fun that your mom came. How old is your mom? Yeah, those might have been a Midwest thing, Fifi. Yeah, Jupiter and Kresge, they were like small. If you, I don't remember if Ben Franklin had like food places, but Kresge and Jupiter both had like a cafe counter where you could get milkshakes. And when my grandmother would come from California and we would go shopping for my back to school outfit, we would stop at Kresge and we would get our chocolate malt and French fries. It was fun. Your mom is 90. That is awesome. Yeah, Ben Franklin's done too. Ben Franklin might also have been a Midwest thing, but we don't have Ben Franklin anymore either. And then in our the big city that's in my county, we used to have Nelson's Dime Store. That was a fun place. They had everything you could need, and they closed too. So yeah, that's awesome. Your mom is still out and about at 90. Oh yeah, Sears catalog was huge. We used to pour over that catalog at Christmas time, my brother and I. Oh, we want this and this and this. J.C. Penney used to have a catalog too. Yes, all the penny candy. Yep. Woolworths. Mm-hmm. Well, Susan, a lot of these fun old stores are gone. They are a thing of the past. Only us older folks remember them. But they were some cool shops. And now whenever I can, I shop at not big box stores if I can help it. Montgomery Ward's, yeah, that's another one. What were some other ones? Oh, I've never heard of J J Newberry. That might have been a Pacific Coast thing. They were five and dime, huh? Okay. Yeah, that's what Nelson's Dime Store was like. It was like a five and dime. Soda fountain, yeah. Oh yeah, Marshall Fields. Now the big one in Chicago, according to our nephew, is Macy's. Carson's. Was that what turned into Carson Perry Scott? No, I'm not familiar with a Bon Marché. Never heard of it. Oh, really? Yeah, we had Carson Perry Scott. We had Boston Store was one of our highfalutin stores. We had um, Idols, which I don't think was a big chain, but it might have been. Yep, TJ Maxx. We have TJ Maxx here. Oh, and I used to like Pier 1 stores, but those aren't that long ago, but they're now gone too. Macy's in New York, yeah. So Fifi, you worked retail in downtown Seattle, hey? Ah, the memories. Yeah, a lot of the storefronts aren't storefronts anymore. COVID kind of took care of a lot of that stuff. People got used to shopping online. Amazon gets it to your door the next day or the same day. I have some wine glasses from Pier 1, and one of the stems broke. And my husband and his daughter like to go out thrifting. And so every time he goes out thrifting, he tries to find it. It was just a very unique blown glass, wine glass that had different colors fused on the outside. So I have a full set again because he did actually find one, I'm pretty sure. But he still looks. Yeah, Pier 1 had a lot of fun stuff. A lot of unique things. That international vibe. Now we had World Market for a while, but I think World Market might be gone too, right? Have a good night, Nicole. Yeah, World Market was kind of like an international vibe store too, and they had food and home things and kitchen things, wine, a lot of different things. I don't know if they're still around. Let's just see. looks like World Market might be still in business. By golly, World Market's still in business. World Mates in Arizona. I'll have to look for those next time I'm there. Yeah, malls don't seem to do very well anymore. And a lot of what I've seen when they come up, they're doing like the, I don't know, like the small communities where you can walk to the different restaurants and walk to the different stores, and then your condominium is just across the way. I don't even know what they call those. So, all right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for crafting with me tonight. Thanks for chatting with me. Until next time, happy crafting.